again, welcome to part 2 of my Blood Magic Spotlight, the awesome mod by Way of Tam. In the first part we covered our altars, our sigils, how to upgrade our altars, and we got all the way to the tier 5 altar. Now I've put some of these bloodstone bricks that we use for the top of the pillars there, just to make this a bit easier to get up to the top of this guy. And I made the Archmage's Orb. Now the Archmage Orb currently is not able to be made in game, I think, because we are missing the ability to get the demon blood shards. They're not dropping at the minute off the demons. You need to summon a demon, which we'll get to at some point in the future, and get a demon blood shard, which we haven't got, but that's how you get the Archmage's blood orb, by dropping that in there and infusing it with your blood. Now this guy, so this altar with all its self-sacrifice runes, if we look, currently we've got 415,457, and if I give myself a stab, you will see that we go up to 417,757. It's actually 2,630, I believe, with full set of runes, so you can fill up your altar in 4 stabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually in creative, so it's not. I've got no health bar or anything at the minute, but. So that's just that bit finished. One other thing I want to show you from the last episode before we get into all the rituals. Now the rituals, where Way is really a genius. It's made something so simple and straightforward, but it can do so many things. Now the one sigil I didn't really show you last time was the sigil of the Green Grove. So I'm going to turn the sigil of Green Grove on here, and I'm going to get 9 saplings out. And I need to actually change the setting here. Oh no, I don't. That's actually works. So see how quick they grew. I think the rest are blocked. No, not going to make any weight. So that's what your sigil of the Green Grove does. It causes trees to spontaneously grow. Now I'm not sure if they'll grow in the corner, but there we go. That's what that guy does for you. So very nice. Thank you very much, sigil of the Green Grove. So we'll turn that off and we'll carry on. Now these rituals have had a bit of an issue. Thank you for everyone for the comments, by the way, on the first episode, and the comments on Way's thread. I had an issue with one of the things. I've set the time to midday, and I've stopped time working, and that actually stopped some of the rituals working, and it took me a couple of hours to work out why the rituals weren't working. But anyway, let's get on with the rituals then. So I actually mentioned this last time when we looked at the divining, this divining rod thing. Well, what we need for rituals is I've added Thorncrafting, by the way, onto my little server, onto my little single player here. The only mods I've got Thorncraft and Blood Magic, and I've added Thorncraft for a reason that I'll get to. What you can do is here. There's only a few things to rituals. First up, there's these things. These are inscription tools. So let's move these guys out of the way. Let's get all these inscription tools down here. And you make them by putting certain items into your altar and return to these. And these are the items. Now, he's also done this very clever, because 4 of these you can do at tier 3, and the 5th one you can only do at tier 4. So that kind of gates some of the rituals to a tier 4 altar. So this black one is made with a block of coal, and that's in a tier 4 altar. These other 4, they can be done in a tier 3 altar, so you can do some of the lesser rituals when you're at tier 3, but you have to wait till tier 4 to get the 5th one. So the elemental tool, inscription tool, is made by putting a block of obsidian in your altar. The water is a block of lapis. The air is a gas tier. They could be the other way around. I think it's that order. And the fire is a magma cream. So all vanilla items. So the first things you need is your inscription tools. You're also going to need one of these things, a weak activation crystal, and you create one of them by putting a lava crystal into a tier 3 altar, and that'll turn the lava crystal into a weak activation crystal. So here's one that's bound to me. And then what you need are these guys, ritual stones and master ritual stones. Now you make these guys like so. So I've laid out the recipes in here. The recipe on Way's thread is actually different, but the version I'm on now, which I think is more up to date than the picture on the thread, is reinforced slates, obsidian, and your apprentice blood orb. On the picture on the forum thread, it's actually 8 obsidian, so it's made it a little bit more expensive, and I think it's worth it. It's a reasonable recipe. It takes you some time to make all the reinforced slates, but that's part of getting very powerful rituals going. So that gets you 4 of these ritual stones. So each one of them gets you 4 of them. And then each ritual needs 1 master ritual stone. And you create that by using your Magician's Blood Orb. So that's your tier 3 orb, isn't it? Yep. Your Magician's Blood Orb, your tier 3 orb, that's your tier 2 orb, your apprentice. You need your Magician's Blood Orb, 4 ritual stones and 4 obsidian. So you use these ritual stones to make the master. And every ritual uses ritual stones and 1 master ritual stone. It's genius because basically all he's done is created 2 blocks and 5 inks. And it gives you the ability to do things, because what you can do is you can paint stones with the inks. So there's fire, there's earth, there's air, there's water, and there's dusk. So a combination of these blocks in certain configurations, as you can see I've got laid out, we're going to go through each one. And a master stone in the middle, you use your weak activation crystal on the master stone when they're in the correct configuration, and that's how you start your ritual off. It's really, really cool. So I'm going to start showing you what all these rituals do. And like I say, some of these I'm going to have to go into I have to change my mode so the time actually runs. So and a couple of them I need to come off peaceful and out of creative, so mobs will attack me. But first of all, Ritual of the Full Spring, very simple ritual. 4 ritual stones, all painted with a water symbol. Master stone in the middle, give that a click, and you've got a water source. Awesome. It's a constant water source, it regens. So if we get, I think I've got a bucket somewhere. I've got a bucket. You can pick it up. Is that because I'm in creative? Game mode, survival. So you can pick it up and see I've got a bucket of water now, and you saw a little graphic there suggesting that it was regenning. So let's just put that there, and let's void it with my void sigil. Because why not? Flick through the sigil, hold into void, void that away, and as you can see I can pick another one up. And you see a little graphic again there. So it's a constantly regenerating water thing. And you can attach pumps to this and stuff like that. Very nice. So then the second ritual, Serenade of the Nether. If that one does water and it's got water ruined around it, this one's got fire ruined around it. What do you expect this one to do? Sure you've guessed. This one is a lava source block. And again, you can always keep grabbing it, and it'll keep regenerating itself. And I'll put that down there, and I'll void it before it burns me. There we go. Sweet. So on the Resident Rise server, Kieran, Dave and Sace have both got energy systems using this. Dave's got his, so the lava goes into liquid applied energistic system using extra cells made by Mega Freak, and applied energistics made by Algorithm. So that's his lava source, so you don't have to have lava pumps and never anything, you can use that. It takes a bit of life points, but it doesn't take a great deal, and it takes less than using the sigils. So, but it does take some, so you have to be careful of that. Ritual of the Green Grove. This is the first ritual we're going to have to turn on the time for. I want some dirt and some oak saplings for this. And I just need to change my game mode. Game. In fact, I should be able to tab through these. There we go. So set the game rule to true. So time is now ticking again. And what we can do with this, oops, is excuse me, I've just got a Skype pop up in the way of my screen. So I'm going to put 9 blocks of dirt around here, 8 blocks of dirt for a start, and I'm going to use my activation crystal to activate this guy. So he's activated. I'll put a block of dirt on there. Not sure how much range this has got, but if we plant flowers down, saplings down, you see little graphics coming off them. So if you had that underneath a tree farm, then your trees are all going to grow nice and quick. Very nice. Right, I am going to turn off that again until I'm ready to do more of that. Next one, we've got the Interdiction ritual. These kind of come together, these two. Interdiction ritual, which is in ways words homage to the Interdiction torch from EE2, equivalent exchange 2. And we've got the Ritual of Containment. So the Interdiction keeps mobs away, Containment keeps mobs in. So I'm going to get tooled up here. I'm going to need my diamond sword. I'm going to want some creeper spawn eggs. And I think that's all I need at the minute. Don't get your rituals too close or bad stuff can happen. You can suppress these with a redstone signal, by the way. So if I'd have gone underneath these, if I'd have dug away underneath and had a redstone signal under there, I could have turned that off. What I think I'll just do is I'll just sit there. Oh, not like that. What? God, fail, massive fail. I'm in survival at the minute, or creative. It burnt the thing. Oh well, they'll burn out. I'm sure it won't cause me no too much harm. So I'm going to change. I think. Right, game mode. I am in survival, yeah. I am. Right. So I want my activation crit ritual thing there. So there's. Oh, I'm in peaceful. And difficulty normal. There we go. So there's a creeper. He's going to start coming at me. And there is the interdiction field. Keeping him away. Haha. Dickhead. And I needed a lever for this. So I'll just break that. He's going to come at me again. Come in here, you. And then there we go. There's a containment ritual. That's going to keep him trapped in there. He can't go anywhere. So interdiction and containment. I'll put that back. So there's. Oh, nicely got rid of all that wood for me. Thank you very much. So these four. See, these are just 3x3s on the floor. This is the first one that's got a vertical component to it. So let's just come back over here again a second, and let me change my mode back to peaceful, and I'll go back into creative for a sec. There we go. Keep things a bit tidy. So let's get rid of this. And of course, I didn't really mention this, but these are earth. This is the green one, earth, and the blue is water, like we've already used. That's earth and water. This is all air, the interdiction one, as you can imagine, push you back. So it's all very intuitive. So the interdiction one is all air ones that push you back. The containment is all earth ones that keeps you trapped. So we've got a mirrored pattern 5 blocks above the ground pattern. So there we go. And now on to one of the most important rituals of all, the ritual of binding. This is a very nice looking layout, very Stonehenge looking. And what we've got is fire in 4 spots around the centre, and then 1 spot further in we've got air, and then up on the top pillars above the fire we've got water, and above the air we've got earth. This is your binding ritual. This is really cool. This could actually hurt me here as well. I actually need to be survival for this. But, let's get a couple more things out the chest, and I can dump what I don't need at the minute. So if we can dump them, we can dump them. I'll keep all of them. I want that still. I want them too, and I want them. Right, and that should do us for this bit. So this ritual is extremely cool and extremely important. Binding is how you get your bound weapons. Ah, I forgot something. We want that apprentice blood orb as well. I don't know if that's to be bound to me, so I'll just bind it to me in case it has to be. Right then. First thing you're going to want to make is... I needed some more creepers, damn it. First thing you're going to want to make is activate your ritual, then get a diamond sword and throw it in there. And you want to turn the fire off because the fire can damage it when it thingy. See how much how it nearly killed me? And look how awesome that is. That's how weird as binding. The lightning hurts, as you see, it nearly killed me then. And what that's given us is this awesome tool called a bound sword, bound blade. Now this in its mode as it is now, you can see it's just like a big disc. But if I shift right click, it actually activates the blade. And when the blade is active, it's constantly taking a small amount of life points, and it'll heal you up. So it's kind of got built-in regen, so it'll keep you healthy. Let's get some more of these, and let's turn the difficulty back to normal, and spawn a creeper or two. So, hello, Mr. Creeper. Now, what this can do, this is very important, is it drop that thing. See that there? That is the weak blood shard. And the weak blood shard, if you remember, is how we made our Master Blood Orb. We put the weak blood shard in the tier 3 or 4 altar. It was I think it was the 4. Yeah, it was a 4. Yeah, we put the weak blood shard in the tier 4 altar, and that is how we got our Master Blood Orb. That got us up to 1 million life points in our network. And this is also very important for armor and other stuff that we'll get onto next time. So that's your weak blood shard. That's a very important thing, and that's why you need a bound blade. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to activate this again. Let's get rid of them. We're done with them now. Oh, there's also a ranged weapon, so we'll do that next. So yeah, so if you leave the fire going, your item when it appears can end up in the fire. If you've also got to be careful not to try and put the fire out with the activation crystal, because that'll cancel the ritual early, and you'll have lost whatever you're throwing in there. So activate it, then get your thing you want in a different slot. Don't have to be full either. In fact, I'm going to do that one first. Let's throw the Apprentice Blood Orb in. Put the fire out, and see I cocked up there because I put the fire out with a weak blood orb. So I need to get will this heal me up? Maybe it doesn't heal me up. It takes no damage certainly. Okay, let's mode C. No, it's game mode C, isn't it? Game mode C, and I need another Apprentice Blood Orb, and I'll do it right this time. And while I'm in there, let me just get a bit of steak. Out the way, you. Just fill my hunger bar up. When I go back into survival. There we go. Oh no, it didn't destroy it. My bad. I thought I'd cancelled the ritual then. And I didn't. It's actually sat there waiting for us. Here we go. We've got this thing, Energy Blaster, so that's what I needed the Apprentice Blood Orb for. Did they actually get extra ones of them? I maybe did. This Energy Blaster again needs activating the same way. What this is nice ranged weapon. Does 12 damage. Very nice. Does no damage to the area, but let's get us another one of these guys. There we go. One dead creeper. So that's your Energy Blaster. As you see there, 12 damage. The bound blade. I'll deactivate that. The bound blade also gets 12 damage standard, and you can also enchant that. You can't enchant the Energy Blaster, but you can enchant the bound blade, so you can get an extra 5 damage with sharpness 5 on that to put it up to 17 attack damage. Very nice. Next up, we want to put in a diamond pick. Ouch. Love that shit. Where is an evil genius? So here we go. There's our bound pickaxe, and the tools. So there's a pickaxe, there's a shovel, and there's a tree felling pick, a lumber pick. These guys. So we activate this. It works as normal. Pick, 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 pick. You see little bits of blood hanging off me as it uses stuff. And then if we right click with this, these all have a beast mode, the tool versions, and bam. And that is just instantly manned an inventory full of items. Sweet. So when you're down in the bottom of the world, you can do that. And I suggest if you do that, you make sure you have got your sigil of elemental affinity on you, so you've got fire resistance and water breathing, because you can easily end up in lava when you do this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 by 11 by 8, probably by 9, I guess, because it had done upwards if it was underground as well. So it's only cleared out that because we was on the surface. It would have done above as much as below as well. So very nice. Let's just tidy all my inventory up now, because we've got a lot of junk in there. Get rid of them too, if we don't need them. And yeah, get rid of that. And that's good. Right, back we go. So that's the ritual abandon. I've got one more thing to show you. This is something that I only added a couple of days ago. Oh, let me turn that off. Oops. Turn that off. There we go. I'll move you up there. So he's added Thaumcraft capability into Blood Magic, which is really sweet. Now, I personally like to have goggles of revealing on, so I can see aura nodes and stuff around the world. So if I was in full blood, I'm actually wearing boots of traveller at the minute, but pretend you didn't see them, just to get me around a bit quicker for the spotlight. Because I'm going to do the armour next episode. So goggles of revealing I always like to wear so I can see aura nodes and stuff. Now, let's throw a pair of goggles of revealing in there and put the fire out. Oh shit. That's about to happen, wasn't it? And it seems to have destroyed all my stuff as well. So let's be careful of that. Shit. I have to spawn loads more stuff in. But what it got us was Sanguine Helmet. Check that out. It's a helmet with goggles built in. It's got a V discount of 10%, so it's 5% more V discount than the standard goggles revealing, or the Found Tinkerer, sorry, or the Found Tinkerer upgrade with the Thaumium helmet. So they've both got 5%. This has got 10%, and it's also, as if it destroyed all my stuff. It can also be used later to upgrade the blood armour, which we'll get to. Right, I'm just going to cut the camera a bit. I'm going to spawn some stuff back in, and we'll move on to the next ritual, which is the ritual of Unbinding. There we go, that's better. I've got my stuff back that I needed. I needed a sigil of holding, and I needed a weak activation crystal, and I wanted the sigil of holding full of stuff, and I wanted an extra sigil. And we're going to get to why in just a minute when we look at the ritual of Unbinding. Now, this is a sister ritual to the ritual of Binding, and as if a squid has spawned in that little bit of water. Unbelievable. So you also notice these are the two rituals. These two rituals also have some blank ritual stones. These are the only ones that do, I think. So this one has got air and fire splayed out from the centre, earth's in the corners, couple of blanks, and fire around the top there. So this is how you make your ritual of Unbinding. This is very useful later on when you've got your bound armour, and if you want to change the upgrades on it. Upgrades I'll mention later on when we cover the bound armour, so I'm not going to go in too far into that now. But one thing we can do now that we've got at this stage is, if you've got a ritual, if you've got a sigil of holding and it's got 4 items in, and you don't want all 4 of them, say for example I no longer want to have a water sigil in there, I'd rather have my air sigil in there, so I don't use my water sigil. And in fact, yeah, I could maybe get haste and air in there. Let's get rid of water and lava because we've got them rituals now, so we might not need them. So let's just switch modes and I'll get a haste sigil as well. Where are you? Haste sigil, thank you very much. And switch mode back. There we go. So what we can do with this is, if we activate this ritual, I can throw my sigil of holding in there and take some damage again, because you always take damage. So yeah, you might want to be well armoured when you're playing around with this. There we go, put the fire out. As you can see, what it's done, it's knocked the sigil apart. I've got my sigil of holding still. I've got the 4 things that was in it still. I've just no longer... I've actually lost the void sigil. So I've actually lost one there. So I must have gone in the fire. I guess you can lose things in the fire then, because the void sigil is certainly missing. There's the haste. There's the elemental affinity. So we have lost the void sigil. That's unfortunate. What we can do now is we can use the sigil of Hoarding again, and we can put our new things in it. So let's say this time we want divination sigil. So we'll shift click that back in there, and then we want that order. So click, click, click. So now the same sigil of Hoarding, and if we shift click it now, we'll go through 4 different things: elemental affinity, haste, air, and divination sigil. So cool. So that's how you can break things down. But yeah, do be aware of the fire. So it looks like we lost our void sigil there. Anyway, that's that covered. That is the Ritual of Unbinding, and as I say, very useful later on, because you can only upgrade your bound armor on creation, and you might not have access to the upgrade you want on creation. So then you can re-upgrade it later by breaking it back down into its component parts and rebuilding it with different or a better upgrading. Nice. Right, next one then. Rite of the High Jump. The Rite of the High Jump, this is why I've got Boots of the Traveller on, because I need to jump 2 blocks. Rite of the High Jump, that's activated now. You could have that set underground, I guess. So it's so the Master Stone is just flush with the ground. What this does is, if you jump up from there, whee! And if you land, as long as you land on the block there, you won't take any damage. But if I'm probably going to die yet. Ow, no, not quite. But there you go. You could use that as an elevator to get places. It is very dangerous. Be careful. So that's the Rite of the High Jump. Now I could do with healing a bit here. I didn't spawn my stakes back in, did I? Steak. So I could have spawned heal spelling. Heal potion. There we go. Please heal me up, because I'm going to take damage on this next one as well. So that's all that one is 4 columns of air runes around your Master Stone in the middle. Very nice. This one, Rite of Speed. This is also very fun. This is air runes, and this, as you see, this is our first ritual we've got to in all of these that uses the Dusk rune. So you need your tier 4 altar for this one. Your no, not tier 3. So all these can be made with tier 2. Can they? I'm getting confused which stone was which. Let's have a quick double check. Oh yes, yes it is. It's a tier 4 that needs Dusk. Yes. So all these can be done up to this point. All the ones that we've done can be used with the tier 3 altar. This one, the Dusk stone, needs to be made in a tier 4. So you can't make this until you've got a tier 4 altar. And what this one does, if we activate it, stand well back, is whee! Ouch. So if you step anywhere in the 5x5, it'll catapult you. So good as a little bridge for getting across somewhere. Quite a few applications, I guess you can use that, but be careful not to stand in there again, because I don't want to wet myself. Right then, let us now move on to this one. This is really cool. I've seen Kerry and Dave use this in our on the Ritual Resident Rise Let's Play server, and I've seen it actually use it in survival rather than just an example like this. This is really smart. I've actually been underneath here and I've put some ores down there because we need ores down there for this one. This is called the Ritual of Magnetism. As you can see, it uses 8 earth runes, 4 fire, and 4 air. The divination rod, by the way, it doesn't tell you what to set these up in, but if you are struggling with one, you might have something wrong. It does tell you how many each rune has. So let's just get one of them again. And that's one of the things I lost when the Ritual of Binding killed me. So this thing here, if we go through to, for example, let's go through to this one. Let's go to Magnetism. There it is. So now if we look at that, it shows us there. It doesn't show you what pattern it is, but it shows that we need 4 air, 4 fire, and 8 earth. So you can count them up one quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know I've got the right amount of earth. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got the right amount of fire. I've got the right amount of air. So I know I've got the right amount. So I might have something set wrong. So that's quite useful. For this, we need to turn our time back on, because this works off time. And I have unfortunately got to remember the game rule now. Game rule do day cycle, is it? Daylight cycle. True. So, and now if we activate this, check this out. What this does is it searches the 5x5 area underneath it, right onto bedrock, and anything it finds down there, it's going to pull up and put into a 3x3 area inside it. So it's just to this second level, and it'll pull up to 3 levels, and then if you start mining them, it'll replace whatever ores down there. So you can use this as a mining rig. There's an item called a transposer. No, it's not called a transposer. There is an item later on that I can't remember the name of, that lets you move whole lumps of blocks. And that's how I've seen Dave use it. I've seen him use this with the next I'm going to look at, and the ability to move this whole structure without having to break it to create a mobile mining rig, much like the old red power frame quarries and stuff like that. So you can make a kind of frame quarry using blood magic. Very nice. And if I break one of these, you'll see that it's going to keep replacing it because I put more ores down there than there is space up here. Sweet. So that'll just keep bringing ores up until it's exhausted all the ores in the 5x5 area underneath it. Absolutely awesome. That ritual combined with this one, Rite of the Crusher, which uses for have I done that right? I have not completed that, and I have not got no. Nah, that's maybe why that didn't work earlier. I've been through and tested all this. I did a separate well save. I couldn't get this to work. I thought it was because it was on the floor, but that should have fire on them two there as well, and it hasn't. Well, let's make it right. Let's get the spare fire inscription tool out of here and finish that off there and there. And oh, while we're there as well, oh no, while we're here even. So let's put a couple of these gold blocks under there, and what this should do is, if we activate this, it may need a chest on top. What this will do is, if you place this above this, and this time set 1. Thank you. I'll just keep this on for a bit because there's a couple of these that also need the time cycle to be running. This thing can sit on top of this. It's made to fit above it, and if you have a chest on top, what it's going to do is it's going to collect any items underneath it in a 3x3 area underneath it and put them into the chest. So what I've done here is I've actually combined these two rituals together. So here on the bottom is the ritual of magnetism, same as this, and then here on the top is the Rite of the Crusher, same as this. And you see the magnetism uses only the tier 3 ritual stones, and the Crusher actually uses the black ones, the dusk ones, so you need the tier 4 altar for this. And if we activate both of these, activate and activate, now you can hear things going on, but there's no more things happening. And the reason why is because this guy's collecting them. Check that out. So as that appears there, each cycle, it's taking whatever's there up and replacing that with something else. So there you go. Combine them two together, and you've got a mining rig. Make the whole thing portable. You've got an automated, movable mining rig. Absolutely sweet. So we'll let that keep running until it's exhausted all the ores I put underneath there. I've put maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 things under there. So this will be using some life points. So let's have a look. 26, 83, 84, 26, 83, 27. So not much at all. So each little process there is taking a little bit, but not much. Sweet, eh? Very nice. And then one other little one to show. Now this one I've spawned in some Thaumcraft paving stones of warding because we don't want animals to get out of this. What we want for this is a couple more cow spawners and some wheat. And what this does, and this one uses, well, you know the gist now. This this has also got dusks. So this is a tier 4 thing. What we can do with this, if we put a couple of cows in here. If you're not familiar with Thaumcraft, what these do is these act like a fence, so the cows can't get out. See this little pink graphic is the cows trying to get out of there, and they can't get out. What I want to show you where it is. Get a little baby, and then activate our ritual. Now, a baby animal in Minecraft takes 20 minutes to grow to adulthood. With this ritual, that is going to take 3 minutes. So if you combine this with something like Manufacturer Reloaded Farm with a chronotyper and breeders and stuff like that, instead of waiting for 20 minutes for each cow to get to adulthood, 3 minutes, it's significantly quicker. So we'll leave that going and we'll move on. So I'm not going to stand here looking at it for 3 minutes. But that guy, let's turn my axe off. That guy is going to, oh, that might have been the axe that was taking some of that life points as well. He's going to grow up in 3 minutes. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Let's have a quick look in our chest. Let's see if I can get to it. Let me up, please. Thank you. There we go. That's what I put underneath there. So it's manned all that for us. Thank you very much. Rite of the Crusher and Ritual of Magnetism. So, yep. Grow up. Nah, I'm not going to wait. So then there's 3 more rituals to go. These rituals are to be used in conjunction with your tier 4 or tier 5 altar, because I believe these two on the outsides will only work when they're very close to an altar, within a couple of blocks. The master ritual stone has to be within a couple of blocks, so they nestle underneath there. And I've got one underneath there, which I'll show you in a minute. But this first one we're going to look at, this is pretty big. This is called the Ritual of Regeneration. There we go. And as you see, it's quite a big structure. It's got the dusk runes involved. It's got fire. It's got all the runes involved, in fact. Got these bits in the corner that you take a little bit of practice to get right, but once you've got them right, pretty easy to build. So this is a very big ritual, and what this one does is put that on. Look at my health bar. I have now got regen. So this is a, as the name suggests, regeneration ritual. Now what makes this really useful is this ritual next to it here. This is called the Ritual of the Feathered Knife. This is very similar. If you look, it's slightly smaller than that. That's 11 blocks wide. This is 9 blocks wide. The whole point of this ritual is this sits underneath your altar, and this sits on top of this. So if you sit this on top, then these stones sit on top of these dusk stones, and that's what we're going to see in the tier 5 altar over there when we get to it. But this is what I've got underneath. I've got under that altar, I've got a regen ritual with a feathered knife ritual underneath it. Well, kind of on top of it more actually. So yeah, the ritual stone, the master stone for that is on top of the master stone for that. So this nestles in there. This doesn't actually do anything here because it's not close enough to the altar. So if I turn this on, nothing's going to happen. But that, if you've got an altar that's full of self-sacrifice runes, this is how you stop having to use your knife. Because you just have this active, and say if you've got a work area underneath the floor, underneath this, then you'll be in range. So all my magic area in my base on Resonant Raz is under the floor, underneath these two rituals, which keep putting blood into my LP network and healing me, so it goes in quicker. This thing, by the way, it'll only take you down to 3 hearts, so without the ritual regen, if you just have this on its own, it'll take you down from 10 to 3, and then it'll stick at 3, so it won't actually kill you. It'll keep you at 3. So there we go, Ritual of Regeneration. Sorry, Ritual of the Feathered Knife. And then, if you went the other way, and you had the sacrifice runes there, and you'd created some kind of animal system that was feeding cows. For example, you could be growing cows. There you go, look, he's grown up already, and 20 minutes is nowhere past. So, nice one. You could breed cows, you could some kind of automation from another mod. You could have them contained, and then you could have them. You could actually have them fired into the containment, which would be fun. And then you could have this ritual above that. This is called the Well of Suffering, and the Well of Suffering is very similar. Kind of complicated to look at, but this also sits on top of the Well of Regeneration. So this would regen your animals. The Well of the Ritual of Regeneration, it regens animals, creepers, anything. So this one, instead of damaging you, this damaged animals. So if you went that route, if you went the sacrificing other creatures route, this is what you'd want instead of the feathered knife. So then, to look at all this together, let's have a quick look under here. So down underneath our tier 5 altar, we've got the feathered knife and the regen all interlinked. So you can see there, as I've said, the air rune of the feathered knife sits on top of the dusk rune of the regen ritual. That's what we've got here. So if we turn both of these on with our activation stone, so now you see the feathered knife's taking health off me because it's close enough to the altar. It's just 2 blocks away, 3 blocks away. So that's taking me down. So it's going to take me down to 3 hearts, but no more. So we'll let that happen. So there we go. Stick at 3 hearts, and then every time I regen half a heart, it's going to keep taking it. So if we look at our, so there you go. Look, it just went up a bit, and all these rituals work with the runes, of course. So each time that takes half a heart, it's actually putting 2,360 life points into my network. Awesome. And then activate this one as well. And now you'll see I've got regen as well. So I'm going to start going up quicker. So I can be either under the floor in a room below this, working away at something, or I can be stood up on top of the altar, working away at something. And you can see it's putting blood in, and it's growing our system for us. How awesome is that? Very nice. Right, there we go then. That is part 2 of my Blood Magic mod spotlight finished. We've covered all the rituals. Next step, we're going to be looking at bound armor, upgrading bound armor, and depending on how long that takes, might start looking at some of the potions and stuff like that. Well, some of those stuff. But I'll get into that when I've learnt a bit more about it myself, because this is about as far as I've got into the mod myself. So there we go. Blood Magic by way of time. You can find it on the forum thread linked in my post. You can see a few of us playing with this on the Resident Raz Let's Play server, Kieran, Dave, myself, and you can follow Casey's thread on the Feed the Base forums, which is a picture Let's Play if you like watching Let's Play videos, and he's doing a lot of stuff with this as well. So we're kind of hammering the Blood Magic quite a lot on that server. So there you go. Thank you as always for watching. Any comments, questions, anything like that, please just throw them at me. Let me know if I'm doing anything wrong and you'd like me to do some things different. But there we go. We have now got all our awesome rituals covered. All that just comes from 2 different blocks and 5 crayons. Wonderful. Very well done, Way. Very well done. Thanks. Bye.